All right, Bless the Mic episode 17. Shout out to the east side of the city. The last few Bless the Mics are all east siders.
And all my stuff was still here when they left. I appreciate
that. And we gonna take that as a celebration.
Yeah.
Niggas got some weird disrespect for the east side.
No,
that's cool.
There's a lot of creativity out there. A lot
Always
of
come out and check
that's
around.
what you hold above everything.
You're right. You know what I mean?
So look, couch is still
Where
here,
does
TV still
where does
here.
the sun rise?
I mean, okay, cool.
Hey, I like
Where's
that.
it set?
I like that.
I like that.
Sun. That's kind of like death, though. The sun going down. The end. Death.
Or rest.
Yeah.
Or
Well, it gets darker there.
Or being
Actually,
bright and anew when the sun rises.
In the
Birth.
Bible, days start at night.
See,
You got a different
you
Bible.
don't know.
Nah, brother.
You got that other
Bible.
Bible.
You got.
Go grab the one of your cars.
Hey man,
Say
round of
we the
applause
mother
for
niggas. We the mother niggas.
yeah. Shout out to 4200 Core for being in the building, man.
Appreciate you.
Round of applause. Project Hold On for Dear Life out right now. Go grab that. Shout out to Fife for being here as well.
He got a Purdue hoodie.
He got the
on.
Purdue
I'm not really
hoodie
feeling
on.
that.
It's, you know
Is that
what
by
I'm saying?
affiliation or for fashion? Okay.
Okay. That's what's up. We ain't gonna say too much.
It's a bunch of IU people in here. We don't like that shit.
Yeah, for sure. We all went to IU, man.
Oh,
All
you
y'all
got the
did?
colors on, player.
Three of us
Yeah.
did. Well, the fourth, we was all down there together at some point in time.
My,
It's a beautiful place, man. Shout out to West Lafayette as well,
It's gray.
for sure. It's got
It's Heather Gray in West Lafayette.
it's stains.
Yeah. Anyway,
Indeed. Let's move on, man. Anyways, man, big shout out to Corey for being here, man. This is a big ass episode. So before we get started, we always ask the artist your top 5 favorite rappers, man. For
your
you.
top 5.
Your top 5.
my top 5 favorite rappers. Off rip, and you asked me that, I gotta say Kanye.
Respectfully.
I mean,
Top
that's
5 favorite what?
rappers. Yeah.
He said what? Number 1.
Kanye
West.
West. Kanye West.
Just be
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
They
He
don't
likes to-
think Kanye West is a rapper.
He
around
likes to
here.
believe. He likes
he's a,
to
he's an
believe
artist, which
things,
means he's
yeah.
everything. So
There you go.
yeah.
He's a better rapper than a lot of niggas.
Oh, for sure.
all I
Shit. So I say Kanye, Kendrick most definitely up there with me.
Mhm.
Nas definitely sits amongst the top.
Respect.
Man, them other
Shout out to
two,
K-Dot, shout out to Nazir Jones.
we getting tingly over here.
Yeah.
them other two would be like, who sit real high for me? So you say Andre 3000 for sure.
Okay, 3 stacks.
And it's a tough one to fit in. I say Jay. Yeah, I throw Jay in there.
Can I ask you something about Andre 3000? What's your favorite Andre 3000 like? When you say he's in your top 5, where does that come from? Like, what did you listen to take you there?
Me, I say Stank on You.
Okay.
Like Doing Through.
Okay.
His pen different.
Okay.
That and his side of Speaker Box Love Blow.
I'm a love below nigga to the
And
core.
I
for sure.
respect that because a lot of niggas heard Deuce's remix and Two Step remix and they
Walk
said,
it out.
That's
I
what
walk it
I
out
mean.
like
Walk it
the
out.
Usher.
Oh, he's the best rapper ever. And
Yeah.
never listen to Outkast
But he
shit.
has
And that
great
bothers
features,
me.
though.
Yeah, his feature's crazy. I mean, but his albums Doing Through is just crazy. His
But
pen's
to his
fire.
point, the point in which people started saying Andre was around that time, so it felt weird.
Yeah.
That was when it was like Andre 3000, but he hadn't put anything out
Right.
in that
That's
range.
that's where I struggle with it. Because I fuck with, I'm an Outkast nigga through and through.
Right.
But I'm like, you niggas never listen to Outkast, so what are you talking about?
You never been rolling down the street.
Indeed. He ain't missed on a feature, though, in a long ass time, so.
He tough, man.
Yeah,
He's
for sure.
tough.
I
I think
him
people
on that. His feature's always crazy.
Yeah, people be forgetting about him.
And he's never
Indeed.
gonna fuck his legacy up. He's not ever dropping another album.
Nah, he won't do it.
Yeah, he's scooting around with a flute. He chilling.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what it is.
It's Piccolo.
You do. Pulling up to Tyler Creator shit.
Yeah, that's some old shit.
For sure. Hey, man, round of applause for 4200 Core for being in the building,
Yes, sir.
man. Shout out to the top 5 rappers.
Appreciate it, appreciate
It's a big deal. Before we talk about the project extensively, I just want to know, man, why'd you decide to get into rap? How that happened? We need that origin story.
Man, for me, I thought it was corny at first. I thought rapping was corny. I aspired to be something bigger and better, but my life was sort of set up weird where it was like I saw a lot of trials and tribulations beforehand, and I needed a coping mechanism. Lost my pops when I was like 12, and at that moment, I ain't have nothing. Like therapy ain't work for me because I be feeling like they be corny. Like I feel like they not really trying to understand.
You know what? I like you. I struggle with corny.
Yeah, so
Corny
like,
pisses me off.
Yeah, I'll be like, I feel like you're being funny a little bit. So
Yeah.
like, if it don't feel genuine, I'm not there. So I went ahead and started writing, and it became like stories at first, And then, you know, every rapper usually start off stealing other rapper lines. Like, I steal, like, A-Ball, MJG shit. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
You can get away with that.
Niggas ain't gonna look this one up.
Ain't nobody gonna know that. I knew ain't nobody gonna know that.
Niggas of your
but-
generation gonna miss them. Damn, Corey going crazy.
Yeah.
He got 25 lives on his dresser.
Exactly.
Me too, nigga.
For sure.
Yeah, so I mean, it started off like that, and it became
type.
rapping as my vent, and I eventually just stuck with it because shit, people started telling me I was good, so I stuck with it.
That's real, man. Hey, who would you say your music is for? Number one, Hold On for Dear Life is a movie.
Yeah, it is.
So it's a
project.
legit story, complete project. I'm gonna say this one of the more complete projects I've heard in recent years from independent artists in the city.
Appreciate it.
Extremely complete. It's a movie for real. So it's interesting when you brought up the K-Dot.
Mhm.
I'm not listen. We not comparing Corey to Kendrick Lamar. That's not what we doing.
I love that.
When you think about the energy between Good Kid, Mad City, it's essentially Hold On for Dear Life aligns with that.
I like how careful you just were there.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I actually really love that.
Nah, I told Lloyd last night. I said the efforts there, like you could tell by the skits, like everything kind of moves. You didn't just make 10 tracks.
Intentional, man.
You know the album,
Yeah.
y'all. It was like this has to go into this, and this goes next, and then if I do that, I need to skit to
Right.
lighten the mood a little bit, and then it gotta go dark because DOA is dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you made some laughs before that, but then it gets dark.
For sure.
It's an adventure for sure.
Indeed. From beginning to end. But I just want to, just ask you, who is your music for? Who you trying to talk to? Who you trying to reach?
So the beginning of the year, my music was more geared towards just like people who didn't went through something. If you struggle, you can relate. I think with this album though, I was more gearing towards people who are trying to, I guess, define a purpose. For me, what I went through to get that project out was more of like, I went through a couple women issues. I went through some problems as a man, my reflection. I had to sit there and realize who I am. And as a 19, 20-year-old, it hit me a little earlier than most. So it sounds like it's ahead of the curve a little bit for people my age. But it's like, I was discovering a whole lot of things with myself. So when I made it, I knew I was looking for people who are trying to define who they are as people and hold on for dear life. That statement is like, what are you holding on to survive? What are you holding on? What are you believing in? What are you giving 100% to on a daily basis in order to keep kicking it?
For sure. One thing that's really cool about the project is that you use that phrase "hold on" a lot.
Yeah.
It continues to be, it's thematic. You can tell the writing is there, something to keep on coming back to. For sure. I appreciate that answer, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to talk to you about the track God Body. You got a lot of soul, and the whole tape is like it seems like you got a appreciation for that particular type of sound.
Yeah.
Where does that come from for you?
Man, okay, so when I think of music, my music, like my taste, my beliefs in music and how it affects me, when I was, because I don't want to get this wrong, because like the elementary portion of my life gets a little blurry, but we were homeless for like a 3-year stretch.
Damn.
And during that stretch, it was like, I can remember vividly sitting in the back seat of cars, buses with like the earbuds, like the Indigo buses with earbuds or anything like that. And I could just remember hearing like Kanye or Common or John Legend, like all of those sounds. So like when I hear something that's similar to that, I get that sentimental, push.
Wow.
So that's where I come from.
No, that's love. Music is definitely something that'll take you to a time period, and it'll kind of like stick you there. The first time you hear something will reminisce every time you hear it, damn near.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So you say Common, you talking like B Common?
Type. Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, that's a classic there.
For sure. You know who the producer was too. Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, gave that boy a sensu bean.
That's crazy. We talking to kids that's raised on like good music.
Yeah.
We getting old.
Indeed.
Like not good music like good music, but like good music.
Really good
The
stuff.
record label. No.
Yeah. Kanye.
Good music. That's
So-
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. When I think about the project, when you hear that soul coming through, Leave Where You Stand comes to mind.
Mhm.
I also think about Nobody Knows.
Yeah.
I also think about God Body, of course. Sense of Urgency as well.
I think it's interesting that for you to take these soul samples the way you do, but you don't approach them lyrically or the way your flow is, it's not what you would expect on a soul sample.
Right.
So where does that mashup come from?
I do a lot of every song on that album. I did at least 3 verses. None of them were one besides Retaliation. So my approach, I would have 3 different ones, and it's sort of like a toss up, like based on how we did the sequencing. How I did the sequencing was like I had everything written before we ever recorded anything. I knew how I wanted everything to go. Like I had everything written down in a book. Like, okay, I want to record it like this. We recorded in a separate place and went and mastered and mixed in a separate place. Like we went, like you said, intentional. I'm really big on intention. Like I try not to waste anything. So like we went about it like, okay, we're gonna do this, then go to this, and we're gonna go through the whole process. We had a date. We didn't reach that date. It was 2 months later. But I didn't feel, I didn't feel like it was late. It felt like this is what's supposed to be happening.
You sure you're 20?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm telling you, man. This, when you listen to this crazy.
I hope so.
Hey, what does the phrase "God body" mean to you and your friends?
For me and my friends, man, it just means, I don't know. I think it's that high level of like belief in yourself. It's more like, because I had this question before and I had a better answer, but it was like to short term it. It's like just being at your peak. I feel like it's like you don't feel nothing but your success in the brightest light. Like I'm a big person that didn't went through a whole lot of stuff, so I have a lot of intrusive thoughts. When those things are out, I feel God body. That's how I feel.
Wow.
That record like that.
Super Saiyan.
For sure.
So,
Definitely.
And you can hear, I mean, the friends, it's like a mantra. So
Yeah.
like, you got everybody in the booth saying it too. God body.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
body. So I know it's something y'all probably fuck with.
Yeah, I pulled them
We're
out
the
for
chat.
that. We was excited about that one. They didn't know. They didn't know they was finna do that. Like I had them in the studio. I had it already in my mind. I was like, all right, so you come on, get up in here and say this hook.
Me?
yeah.
Shit fire, man. I want to talk about the visuals as well. So it's a particular. Oh, that's Fife?
That's Fife.
Wow.
He said, I did that. That's
Them
me.
visuals crazy.
Purdue
Shout out to
man.
Fife, man. It's a when you go to Corey, you actually go to his link tree or go to his page 4200 Corey on Instagram. You can actually click on the link. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And it's a particular. It looks like it's shot in the 70s or 80s. It's a very fire,
No,
but
I
that
love
seems
that.
to be the aesthetic. It's almost like you getting a classic, or it's that classic energy behind that.
Yeah.
Why did y'all decide to create that particular aesthetic for your visuals for the project?
Yeah. First of all, I want to shout out because he directed it, but my boy put everything in motion as far as like how we wanted the scenes to look. So shout out Dejno Irby. He's a
Okay.
part of the Slum Baby family camp, my camp. So we heard, when I heard the song, I knew what I wanted it to sort of seem like. The only real vision I had was that shot where it's like above and you can like sort of look down and see me wrapping up.
Yeah.
Like I could see that off rip, but they have this. The thing with us is we mesh well because we all know our thing. So like, Des knew, okay, I need to put Corey in this position in order for this to work. He knew that the vibe of the song needed specific highlights for it to go the way that it went and for us to deliver it right. Because I've never been big on visuals. I didn't know anything about them. I recently just found like a new love for film and cinematography. But like, he's been putting me on to a lot of stuff. But like, I love how it gives off that 70s, 80s thing because it goes well with that sample. It goes well with
It's everything is soulful, man.
Damn. Y'all got the recipe over here.
Yeah.
I think we got some. I be
Yeah.
trying to tell people outside the state like we got some cooking. Like y'all should pay attention.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta let these niggas know. out
Y'all are
here.
damn near like a case study almost, because the amount of effort is going into it. This should work,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. It should work, and you would almost want to see like how this is going to play out for you. We getting
Exactly.
on the basement floor right now talking to you today, but if y'all keep that kind of mindset going forward, like it's no telling.
Right.
This shit should work.
That's what it feels like.
Right.
I think the hardest part just being like staying where you are though. You know what I'm saying? Trying not to get your mind too far ahead. But like, yeah, it feels like it should work.
Can we hear more about Slum Baby Family? Shout out to Slum Baby Family.
I feel like we've been contacted by them. That
Yeah,
sounds
they've been-
familiar.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Okay.
He said, "Yeah, nigga, I sent that shit."
Hey, can
That sticks out. I feel
Yeah,
like
man,
we
they-
just got a
for
message
sure.
from them there. So are you like the
we don't
headline?
we don't get a lot of likes, so
Yeah,
we pay
that's my
attention to the likers. Slum Baby family is a liker. You can count on Slum Baby liking something.
Yeah.
So nah, we appreciate that, man. Where does Slum Baby family come from?
Man, see. Okay, so originally I started it back when I was attending Fall Creek Valley Middle School.
Oh wow.
Yeah. When I was going there, we started this thing called Oh So Different. And it was like, all right, we obviously stand out from the rest of the kids at the school. At the time, it was a completely different roster. Only person still remaining is me. But
OG.
yeah. But yeah.
Young founder.
As we progressed on, you know, everybody got older. High school hit, people went different ways.
Yeah.
So I had to revamp it, rebrand it to Slum Baby Family, starting in like March after I dropped my EP. And we picked up artists. We dropped a couple on the way, but what we got right now is solid.
Hey, circle got smaller. Everybody can.
Hey man,
We
round
really
of applause
got
for-
smaller,
round of
everybody
applause for
can't
Corey
go.
on that. You gotta think they 19, 20 years old, moving this way in the city of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So Slum Baby family essentially is gonna be, you get to that level, you know what I'm saying? That Slum Baby family would then be your label.
Yeah, I think what we working on is right now we just keeping it as a creative collective. So it's like
Okay.
we want to interpret more than just music. It's like we have like Desno Lamar, he's a designer. He's working on clothes. We have 317 Dot, and he does music, but he also produces. And we have KO, and KO's a singer. So we trying to keep it. We
Diverse.
we're trying to make sure that
Got
we
our
trying to get
future out
everybody. Yeah, type. That's probably the best example. Or
Yeah,
like
well, you know,
ASAP Mob kind
Like
of.
regular.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Our future, but you know, we don't eat roaches and shit like that.
Yeah.
Just the future.
We ain't got no
nigga.
Frank Oceans either, I don't think. Maybe. who knows?
Nah. We straight on them.
I don't do that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, shout out Frank though. Shout out.
But
Frank.
we not.
No. We straight on that. Next question.
Hey, everybody likes they Pop Tarts with ice.
Yeah. Everybody up. Toasted with icing, for sure. We gotta add, so the name sticks out for a reason.
Yeah.
What's the origin on the name?
Oh, the 42 and Corey.
Yeah.
Oh, my middle name is Corey.
Got you.
I would break that down, but I don't feel like doing that right now. The Corey part.
Yeah.
4200. I'm 42nd in Post. I was raised there, and my mama from there. If people really from out there, they know Cobra, my mama, and I mean, shoot, it was pretty simple. At first, it was just Corey, and I was like,
Need a little flair.
yeah, I wasn't
Well,
feeling
you
it.
had a lot of flair. You say 4200 in the city. You're adding a lot of flair. to your
Yeah, I
name.
had to. I felt like I was when I did the listening party for the album. People was telling me like, you speaking for the kids that never got a voice, like especially from our corner. So it's just like I definitely want to keep it now. At first, I was having my little things about dropping it, but I was like, nah, I got to put the block right by my name. Like I can't.
That's fair.
I don't
For sure.
Was that for like pressure or pride?
Real
for you?
niggas from out there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That people saying that to you, like you the voice of people that didn't have a voice. Is that like a prideful thing for you? Or is it more of a pressure?
I take pride in it, but I say like a lot of things that come to me, I always feel like I was meant for it. I always feel like I'm supposed to be handling it, and so it just comes down to like
God
making
body.
God body. Just make sure you just handling it right. You just gotta carry yourself right when you representing so many people.
That's real. Thinking about your artistry, you know what I'm saying, as an artist from 42nd and Post Road, I asked this question to Dier. Dier was in here earlier
My boy.
today. Shout out to King Dier. Is there a little bit of some sort of pressure or feeling as though that you have to rap a particular way? Because your work is very inspiring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You make a line about there, you know, people from the trenches call me Ken. However,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Clearly there's a purpose to you.
Although,
You know what I'm saying? Getting out of that, or at least thinking bigger.
Right.
How do you sit with that? How do you work with that, knowing that's your voice, and you know a lot of music from there is opposite of that.
Yeah. I think for me it's more of a matter of when you doing it right. If you doing it right, it's gonna work. Like I go out there, when I step in these booths, I'm coming from a place that's similar to them and they can feel it. That's all I ever needed. They can know that it's felt. Now some people they're gonna have a feeling within themselves that when they hear it, they're not gonna let it register because it doesn't sound like another thing. That's a sonic thing. And that's them chasing something else. You know what I'm saying? If you let these things come to you, you'll realize, damn, this nigga got a lot more in common than I thought. But if you waste your time trying to hear it and think that you're gonna get off with just listening to the beat or a melody, you're not gonna find it with me. You can find it with somebody else, but not me.
You know, it's interesting that you don't like therapy because you talk like a psychologist type person.
Now
You seem to understand the mental of people.
I study that. I mean, I'm from the trenches for real, man. Like I hate to say it like that, but man, like I just studied a lot.
Sound
I've
really
seen a
from
lot. I
nothing,
seen a
like-
lot of shit shake. So you feel me? I can only learn. Can't make the same mistake twice. You know what I'm saying?
You make a lot of references. You make on DOA, which is crazy. I'm sure the energy performing that live is probably nuts.
Man, I did not know people was gonna really like that song like that. I ain't gonna.
I had to cut the
Yeah.
volume down. It was bad energy in my house.
But it's real though.
I was trying to clean the kitchen. I ain't want.
You mentioned political ills.
Yeah.
You know, you also mentioned systemic ills as well. So knowing what you know about, you know, life and the history of the United States, I mean, the list goes on. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Why is it important for you to highlight that? That's a theme. You talk about systemic issues from track one all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So why is it important for you to want to highlight that and put that in your music?
I think it's easily misconstrued. We in a time where the internet is easily influencing people and their ideas and their beliefs, which I feel like is unfair because you should go read a book. But it's it's like, man, certain things have to be mentioned in the right light, I feel like. And with that song specifically, I was very upset with my city because I went to those Sean Reed, walks. You know what I'm saying? I was out there. And I sat out there with his mother and his father, and I gave them hugs, and I watched them break down. I didn't see too many other rappers that claim to love their city, and I did not like that. And then I went on to hear people drop project after project, and I didn't hear a mention. I did not like that. So I felt like I had to take it upon myself to make sure that was brought to light. Like, that happened in our city. We get so much flack for not having stuff. People in the city complain about it, but I feel like it's up to us to make people respect it, like what we got going on. Like, this makes people respect what we got going on. So when I came into DOA, when I came into addressing any of those things, like, I think Sean Reed was like the biggest thing for me. Because, I mean, I also lost an uncle to the police killing him. So, like, those things are like big for me. So, like, and they come off easy for me to talk about.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up, boss?
'Cause it's been on my mind. Listening to the project last night, listening to the project over the week. So, in my career, you know, I spend a lot of time with the youth.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes they don't know and understand exactly what's happening in the world around them.
Yeah.
Because they necessarily haven't been taught, or they just are just so much living in it. It's a part of their experience they just don't know.
Yeah.
Where did you learn about some of these ills? Or who's teaching you or talking to you about these issues?
Rap.
Keeping you informed,
Rap.
knowledgeable.
Rap.
Really?
Rap. Listen, if you really listen to, like, because I say hip hop really did save my life. Like, I don't know where the hell I'd be without it. The stuff that I done seen, if I could go back and start from square one and go through everything I done seen, did, felt, it would seem like I'm not supposed to be in this position right now, but I'm here for a reason. Like, you listen to like Lupe Fiascos all day and Kanye talk in the late registrations, like, you know, you only can go one way when them things get
Powerful
stuffed in
shit
your
you talking
ear,
about over
man.
there.
Like,
Legendary albums,
yeah,
projects.
man.
Shout out to Lupe,
It's-
man.
It's some crazy stuff, but yeah, man, I think I just steered away. I had good training. I came from a single parent household. My mother, she tried her best, even when she wasn't there. Like, her presence was felt. So, like, when you come around people like that, that's willing to teach you and push you in the right direction, I think you should be straight. Like, for me, I think that was my difference maker. My mother was always willing to let me ask questions. So, like even with like Christianity or something, like, she always allowed me to ask questions like, this don't make sense to me. She never judged me. She was like, okay, well, you know, we're going to figure it out. And so I was always blessed with that too. So
That's an advantage for sure.
That's wonderful.
sure.
A lot of parents, especially black parents, are
Yeah.
not, they don't fuck.
We don't like questions.
yeah.
No.
Nah, that's real. And that's something we got to work on as a community too.
Say you're 20, right? I had
I say, are you
I had
older?
to keep
Do
get
you
some
have younger
clarification with
siblings
that.
or anything like that? Are you only
Yeah,
child?
I'm the oldest.
I can feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 7.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm the oldest of 7 in my immediate
Babysit.
household,
Yeah.
and I raised them.
Yeah, you definitely babysat before.
Yeah, I'm the oldest 7 in my immediate household, but I got extended family like crazy.
What can we?
7. That's man.
So you hit us up and you was like, I'm about to leave the city. I ain't gonna be here for a minute. I'm sure we take. Oh, number one, man. Shout out to y'all, Slum Baby family, y'all's team. Y'all was on No Jumper. They
Oh,
was
yeah,
on
yeah.
the No Jumper podcast.
Shout out Adam.
playing the project. How'd that come about? And then as y'all move forward throughout 2022, where y'all headed? Because I know you're about to take
The
show
No
on the
Jumper
road.
thing came about because of Fife. Fife went out there and pitched to my song, and they actually liked it. They was bumping God Body on the live stream. So
Yeah, fire.
It was
Shout
dope.
out to Fife.
It was
Hey,
dope.
Fife, we got we need your assistance.
Yeah, shout out Adam,
Send
man.
them this.
Yeah,
Right.
but I mean, where we going from here? I mean, we put a whole lot of stuff into play. Like, I don't got no manager, nothing like that, So I do a lot of stuff myself. I go out there and I take a lot of risks. It's a whole lot of L's behind the scene people don't know about, but they gonna see the W's for sure. Because we done made a lot of stuff shake, especially this past
Anybody
year.
feel you, we feel you.
Indeed.
Oh, appreciate it. I appreciate
What's the
it.
line about L's on the project, Corey? It's very fire. Some of you take so many L's, winning is a hobby.
Oh yeah. We we take so many L's. We took them winning like a hobby. Yeah, for sure. We got to. Man, like
Yeah,
I'm
it's
telling
different.
you, man. Like it's a crazy story. I feel like y'all gonna know soon. I feel like I want to front it to y'all when the time comes.
Well, we appreciate it, man.
It's in the tracks.
Indeed. So you about to hit the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to be all over the place.
Five going to?
I would love to have Fife come, but Fife has a life of his own. Unfortunately.
So I just invited Fife. Fife said he can't make it, but it's okay.
Hey, man.
I would love to, but
Yeah.
Um,
No, I'm taking Indy with me everywhere though.
for sure, man. Good luck to you. Again, man, hold on for dear life. Oh, question. So you attack the booth differently than a lot. I mean, you attack.
Yeah.
When you go from the minute you press play on the project, the flow was like, where does that energy come from? Because it is, as Deuce mentioned earlier, it's a lot of soul samples, but you're rapping very hard
Yeah.
on the tracks. Is that you just releasing?
I think it's me releasing, it's me delivering. Okay, look, I spent the year in Baton Rouge this past year, right? And I went to college. I went to a community college out there. I was supposed to be hooping. It just didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. But when I was out there, I worked with another engineer for the first time ever. I've only worked with one since I've been in 8th grade. So shout out home. But
Yeah, you betrayed your barber.
yeah, that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. And it was like some old guy. He was like pushing 60. He ain't know about hip hop. It was crazy. Like,
Wow.
but I had already paid, so I'm just like, man, let me try to knock this out. He didn't know how to mix
Go on here,
it.
Bruce. Let's do it.
Dude, he was telling me how he like recorded like Michael Jackson's little cousin or some shit. I was just like, I was like, man, he had like pictures of
Did
him and
Reedy's
like
EP.
Betty White looking white ladies, and it was crazy.
Damn.
R.I.P. Betty White. But yeah, like when I went out there and did that, he gave me a couple like pointers. He was like, man, he's like, when you come into these booths, it's about delivering a message. He's like, it's about who can come in here and deliver their message the best. You gonna stand in this spot and you gonna deliver it. You gonna act out, and whatever feeling you had when you wrote it, push it out so that we can see it, not hear it, see it. And
This nigga's executive producer.
man, and ever since then I came in there like that every time. But I mean, like, it just comes off like that because, like I said, like, I don't want nobody to ever mistake like what I'm doing as soft. I ain't no buster. I ain't no lame. So when I
we
go in
know,
here,
cool.
I don't care what I'm
Suck-ass
talking.
nigga.
I'm no sucker MC.
You heard
Yeah.
retaliation. You heard
Like,
the
I don't
skits.
want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming out here like, and when I'm talking about these things, you got to say it the right way for people to take you serious. You come out here light footing, you gonna get caught. Like, they gonna pull your card. So
Indeed. Don't pull Corey's card.
no, don't pull Corey's card.
From his name on, you should know and be familiar. All right. You got a song called Retaliation for a reason.
For a reason.
So I'm not. I knew what it was.
All respect.
Yeah, all respect.
Yeah, we come in peace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying this shit.
I
I come in
Love.
peace.
We are not on that with y'all.
I got kids.
For sure. I heard the skits, Corey.
Y'all
Yeah.
hilarious, man.
We know what's going on. One thing that's interesting about the project, though, it's crazy because you're a youngster.
Yeah.
Youngster.
Some old nigga shit. That's like,
That just aged y'all.
It is. My bad. Hey,
That aged
it
y'all
is
right
what
there.
it is, man. You just turned 20.
That's tight.
That's crazy. That's
I was
tight.
20 a
You
long
gonna
time
make it.
ago.
You got all you do is all you got is time, bro. So keep this thing going.
Right on.
And shout out to Slum Baby family. How old are you, Fife?
25.
Okay.
You young too, shit.
Oh yeah, all y'all got this time, man. A couple of songs that come to mind that would kind of not to say throw you for a loop, but it's interesting to hear you, in a sense, kind of pour your heart out. So, Sense of Urgency and Nobody Knows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them songs got a lot of pain in them.
Nobody knows it different.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, damn, there's a lot going on. Again, why is it important for you to add that into your creativity? You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Why do you make yourself so vulnerable when it's time to make this music, man? Those are two vulnerable, it's tracks when you hear them, it's like, damn, it really hits you, makes you think about your own life, reflect on some things you might be dealing with.
Yeah. I say for those, like, when I first started doing music, I was so busy trying to imitate a sound like something.
You don't do that anymore.
Yeah, like I suppressed a lot of stuff. Like I had a story to tell, I never was able to tell it. I feel like this is me scratching at the surface still, but like when I went into those records specifically, I had a homeboy who had just lost his brother. Like, and it was like a crazy circumstance. Like he had just got out and he talked to him and his brother passed like 5 minutes, like walked out the door, passed.
Wow.
Like, and for me, writing Nobody Knows was like, how can I do it my way? And because I felt like that was like my most Indiana sounding track. Like I feel like that sat amongst like Indiana music. And because everybody didn't feel something, because people, man, like our city crazy. Like we lose people crazy, especially some big people. Like, and when people are doing right and people are on the right path, and things like mental health end up being a downfall, like that would push me to make that. And when I made that song, I played it for my boy before I dropped it, and seeing him like tear up to it, I knew we had something with that. Like, I don't know, it just like records like that and Sense of Urgency was me spilling out a relationship, and I never knew how to write about. I always had a problem writing about a topic for the entire song, and that was my first time being able to, like, I'm just sitting here talking about this one person, and it's like, all right, I can get all this out. So I think it'd be just deep reflections of myself, because if I didn't get it out in music, I don't know where the hell it would go.
Hey,
Wow.
man.
That's tight.
This nigga's
It's
40.
crazy. I'm
40
old
years
man
old.
right now. I'm not.
No, he's 40.
Oh, yeah.
he older than
I'm
us.
30.
Man.
I'm 32. He's
Yeah,
40.
I'm 31. He pushing.
See, y'all not even old, man.
Nah, we not.
Yeah,
we not,
y'all
but-
quit playing like that.
Compared to you, though, you got time, bro. See this thing through.
You younger than my youngest brother. That's how
Yeah,
that's how
for
young you are.
Okay.
No, no, he's not younger than my youngest brother, but shit.
It was a good one, too. I want to make sure I ask it.
I feel like one of y'all want to ever rap?
No.
None of
Actually, I
y'all?
lied. I did a little bit.
I feel like you do.
Rap before, but not like, not to this level of what you doing, man.
I used to bullshit. I've got like 3 verses in the universe.
You did 5.
Yeah. Not even them.
I gotta talk about that.
I feel like
Indeed.
I did like 1 verse with some Eli shit one time or something like that one time ago.
Oh, do you get so when I listen to it, it's hard. You don't sound like you from that on the track. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We got a particular you do, you got the accent
Yeah.
for sure. But it don't you sound different, man. Has anybody else approached you be like, hey man, you don't sound like these other artists?
Maybe he does sound like he's from that, but in his own way.
Ooh.
Maybe. Mind blown.
Hey, but nah, see that's crazy. I mean, I get that a lot. I done had the biggest, like, as far as regional sound, California. I get the
I can
Like-
see that
but
though.
like-
but
Bay
that's
Area
because of
kinda?
the
I
Kendrick,
think-
California,
I got you.
Comptons, yeah, like just rap.
it's a little bit in there.
Yeah, all right, I get
I'm just
the,
saying,
but I never
man.
get too much of the region. I get more of the, like, Kendrick, Cole, West Side Boogie,
Oh, that's their favorite. I'm surprised they didn't jump
Free
up.
Boogie.
I'm
Free
surprised they-
Boogie.
He's one of my favorite artists, man. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I got a lot of Boogie. I be hitting some crazy stuff like Isaiah Rashad, Dave East, but I knew that I was doing good because I was getting so many, and it wasn't like one or two.
And it wasn't the same person.
Yeah, so like I was like, all right, so
Yeah,
I
man,
definitely got my own thing going on.
It definitely sounds like that.
Yeah.
I would agree with the individual to say that. It's just very complete, bro, man. Round of applause for you and the team, Slum Baby
Yeah.
family, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
It's crazy, man. It's a legit movie from beginning to end with the skits, the pastor, all the way into you know, having some sort of redemption. Because Dire Spirit, that's a very hard track.
Hey,
I'm
Fife
big-
is in tune over here. Fife has been nodding heavily. all episode.
Yes.
I'm big on man. I'm big on intros, man. I feel like if you don't got a good, I ain't gonna lie.
You gotta set
If
the stage for your album, bro.
Yeah, if you send me a project, because I get sent, I don't know why, I get sent so much music now, but people send me their projects. If your intro is not good, I'm probably not gonna finish the project.
Damn.
Like,
that's realistic though.
yeah, like if you don't set that up right, then I ain't gonna know. Like, cause it's a handful of guys that I think is tough, like that know how to make music, and I don't even think they know how good they are, but they know how to construct a song and have a melody and stuff like that. So like, yeah.
Yeah, he's 40.
No,
Yeah, for sure. Hey, man. Shout out to 4200 Corey. About to get into that real
Motherfucker,
stuff.
Real quick, hey, plug your merch because I fuck with the merch.
right now. Look, man, y'all can get the merch. Me and my boy Cozy Kid, we teamed up for merch for the Hold On for Dear Life run. So like you can go tap the link in my bio at 4200 Corey. That's everywhere. Like all my socials 4200 Corey. Or you could go mess with him at KOZYKVID.
What of the merch can I safely wear?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah,
Say
look,
look,
we got some
I know this hoodie
HO4DL
This
stuff.
hoodie gonna be
Okay.
hard with my patent leather woods.
Oh,
you
okay,
excited,
okay.
huh?
People mess with the hoodies. Like what color?
What does the hoodie
one-
say on there?
The Hold On for Dear Life, the hoodie.
I can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
that
can
was
do
silly.
that.
That
I
was
can't
silly.
work for it.
We got a
Yeah, for sure. That
okay.
pulled my card.
yeah, we got some cool shit. We
You
got some
from
cool
where,
shit.
nigga?
I be,
Oh yeah, but up in
Wearing
Cal
that in
City
fresh
though,
tie.
42nd Street and Calumet City is different.
yeah, for sure.
It's safe out there. There's a library on that
Nah, you
motherfucker.
good. You good. You done sat down with me. You good.
Man,
Yeah, man, you can't just
hope that
wear
works. Corey said I'm good.
You shopping
You
with
should be
your
straight.
family.
Nigga, I'm 40.
I hope.
So, little Corey.
Nigga, I'm cool.
Say, his mom's name, something like it was close to. I think Cobra or something like that. Save me.
Yeah, if you say Cobra, you should really be solidified. I ain't gonna lie to
I'm
you.
gonna test it out.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Shout out to Miss Cobra. All right, man. Hey, we appreciate you for coming through. Shout out to Five. Shout out to the whole team. Slum Baby family. Shout out to 4200
Slum
Corey.
baby.
Appreciate
Make
y'all
sure
for
y'all
having me.
grab that Hold On for Dear Life. Running the strings up. We about to get into the real.
Yeah, it's time to freestyle.
Next.